Yo guys, what's happening? Welcome back for FP2 in Japan. It's currently 5:55 in the morning, guys. So let's see how tight it is between, let's say, the Ferrari and the McLarens. Yeah, lots of wind. Nothing I'll do is let's get the timing up. I'm craving a Kit Kat now, flip's sake. That's better, the brightness. The Japan guys FBT.
You're allowed to get news this weekend. These are the times you need. We have practice till the next show tonight. This morning, I should say, is from 7:50. Saturday looks like this. Final practice at 2:50. Qualifying at 3. The race day looks like this. We're on air at 4:30 in the morning. There's lights out in Japan at 6 a.m. for Japanese Grand Prix. Drivers get ready. Fernando Alonso is back in the Aston Martin, having missed out on first practice. Taking you through this session is David Croft and Rich Lambert.
Chicken and rice.
Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world.
Hopefully it's a better one for Lewis.
International racing courses. It's the home of the Japanese Grand Prix.
Oh, Nonsa's got a child.
The Japanese Grand Prix is taking place in the very month
for the first time.
Round 3 of this Formula 1 season in 2026. The 40th
Yeah, dear.
Championship Japanese Grand Prix.
Barely double child in Alonso.
3.6 miles. The only figure of 8 track on the calendar. Active aero, straight line mode down the main straight and straights approaching 130R. Overtake mode will be detected in that final corner sequence, the chicane and turn 18, which is a bit tricky in these gusty conditions for the drivers today. C3, C2, C1, the tyre compounds is the hardest of the running range of the compounds already a step harder than they were last year. And what a glorious sight. Gorgeous day in this part of Japan, some 30 miles to the southwest of Nagoya. The wind is gusting around. That could pose a few problems for the drivers. What a day to be alive if you're a Formula 1 racing driver at this circuit. Amongst a few in the calendar and one that you want to force to win.
It's just a wonderful place to be. You know, you see the fans out there, they're packing the grandstands. But the luckiest people are those 22 guys getting this bike around the back. I'm I'm so jealous anytime anyone gets to go around the circuit because it is a wonderful ribbon of asphalt that you get to experience.
We are ready for FP2. Guys, you like my thumbnails as well. I'm so proud of it.
And the cars look magnificent. You know, you really see them exercising themselves. And, Formula One cars really come to their own.
FP3.
I was actually stood outside our office at the TV company, where I could see a little bit, but not a huge amount until they went through Dunlop, and trying to detect which engine was which. And there's no doubt about it, the Audi, you can hear long before you can see it. It has such a distinctive tone to the rest of the engines.
It does, and I thought the Ford ones as well, the Red Bull powertrain ones, especially when they're harvesting, do sound quite different. What was interesting when you go to the chicane, for example, and you hear the drivability and the visibility, how they're trying to manage that. They're using lots of different gears and, having to get the revs out to charge up the batteries. Speaking of that, well, they don't have the battery, but there is an issue for Lando Norris.
I would suspect there is some sort of battery issue, and you're certainly not going to be hearing the Mercedes engine in Lando Norris's car anytime soon. Ted Kravitz is on the scene.
It's broken. In the words of Lando Norris himself, it's broken.
Is that what he said?
No, I said it a while ago. Also about his car. But yes, you think it's the battery property. I think it's the battery. It's definitely power unit related. So mechanics have been, various mechanics have been on their backs for quite a while. There's some hydraulic lines going in there actually as well. You see the yellow plates going in there, and actually just getting word from McLaren that's confirming they're investigating the hydraulic leak, which may delay Lando going out. Funny that, because they're right underneath the car where the battery was. Next time, imagine 10 to 15 minutes to see it about right. Andrea Stella, as you can see, just making his way to the pit wall. Cedric Brown is here. Next time, imagine 10 to 15 minutes to see it about right. Andrea Stella, as you can see, just making his way to the pit wall. Cedric Brown is here as well. And correct me if I'm wrong, was not in China, or the double DNS that did not start. So he was on IndyCar duties. Was he not? So yeah, he is here to see oversee what has so far been a promising and positive start to their weekend. Notwithstanding the still problem Norris's car. Yes, not more to take Kravitz all the way back to that rest up to their weekend. Notwithstanding the still problem Norris's car. Yes, not more to take Kravitz all the way back.
Right guys, green lights. Let's get going. Lucy's out. Lucy on medium, so hopefully a bit better session for him as well.
Yes, not more to take Kravitz all the way back. Rest up, speaking to the media during the
problems, but this weekend, Lando Norris has got a new battery, one out of his allocation. He's also got, I think, a new component, as he says. He's got, I think, two components. Has the VSC disappearing. It's actually happening by the FIA testing systems, and it's now making some drivers can get on.
Right, so we have 59 minutes to go and a couple of practice starts right here. The teams are allowed to do practice starts because you don't get to really do your practice starts much in the pit lane where the Mercedes there dual cross and just moving to one side.
Yeah, Fernando Alonso's out of paddock. The first time we've seen him today, and also we had Ted Crawford
Lewis out again. FP2, come on Lewis. Let's build on this, Lewis, come on. Come on Lewis, let's build on this, brother.
In the case of Lewis Hamilton, when you're picking up your 203rd career podium, I don't know if it makes any difference, but it might, because it's been, 26 Grand Prix until he got that podium. It's been a longer wait than he would have anticipated.
And I think it wasn't about getting another podium. I think it's about getting that first podium with Ferrari. I think it did mean something to him. It's been a tough slog, let's be honest. Last year it was massively disappointing for both of them.
Right, let's take it up with Lewis Hamilton in Suzuka.
And after all of the hype of him joining Ferrari, he sort of fizzled out. It's a great victory. So no, I was really pleased to see him. get that podium. It's been nice to see him looking much more competitive compared to Charles in the first 2 weekends. Let's see that continues. The early times of great practice, so they've been good here, haven't they? I put an attempt at Charles this morning.
Yeah, free practice this morning. George Russell with the fastest time of 1:31.6. And from Kimi Antonelli, winner of course in Shanghai. Lando Norris lost with the third fastest. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton and sixth fastest.
I think the 360 Lewis first sector.
George Russell, Max Verstappen, was 8/10 back in seventh. Max Verstappen came there last year. Saw McLaren lead every practice session and every qualifying session right up until Q3.
Car's looking very stable, which is good. You could get windy later on.
I'd say what you can say this morning, I'm just a tiny bit down there, not working. Your anti-still.
Introducing Bruce Brown. Hard time. I don't think he is. I don't like that engine noise when the battery goes low, man.
With all these changes to the car, it's been talked a lot about power units, but ultimately this is an aero-dependent circuit. And you watched how the Mercedes just changed direction. It was sharp. The nose of the car just pointy when the driver's turned the wheel. The record was not as responsive as happened here against the
When he comes out of the gap, I was what's the best thing to look here in this picture? It's the audience. Oh, that makes out.
I see worse. It's not.
Apologies. Oh yeah, we see that. Sorry about that.
Why is he sorry?
When it's a repetition thing to do, isn't it? It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not, I'm really sorry.
I was going to say, that's the Alpine
Yeah, but...
Handrails on the map now, guys.
I like to apologise even when I'm not in the wrong. No, I do. You? Yeah. It just doesn't. It's fine. Isaac Agile crosses the line now, goes fastest.
1:36.
83 cents up on Nico Hulkenberg. But those on the hard compound side, I'm seeing a bit of a mix here. Fernando Alonso has come out on the track, obviously missing FP1 as Jack Crawford deputised for him. And he's on the soft tyre at the first time out.
So this is the third stroke of Kimi Antonelli on the run up. Is he just trying to make a gap?
If he's making a gap, it's a very long gap. It's a long stroll. It's the car that is ahead of him. He has to get going because Charles Leclerc, as you can see, is right on his tail.
Yeah, they're all weaving around trying to get an eat into the tyres. So Leclerc and Antonelli at the moment on a medium set of tyres. George Russell is also medium for me. He's the next one in the queue. So here we go. This is Kimi Antonelli. Watch him come out of the final ball. Wait. Now he launched it. They're waiting, as we've seen in Melbourne, waiting till they get nearly to the line before they hit the accelerator car.
Which Sergio Perez was doing when he outcompeted George Russell in first practice. And then as Russell crossed the line, Sergio started his lap and he had to come right in front of the
One ball seemed a bit fast. That's good time. 1:36.
Will we see a bit of a car park and traffic jam there and other cars closing in on them at just the wrong time? Let's carry on with Kimi Antonelli. Towards the Degners we go, and a different way of driving the Degners this year. Swing it in.
Very good. 3 thumbs up, Antonelli.
To the floor until after Degner 2, because energy deployment is the name of the game in Formula 1 in 2026, and you don't want to be taking too much out of that battery too soon.
Yeah, but you can't underestimate just how hard it is for the driver mentally, Rocky. When you approach a corner slower, you know, it's easy for the brain to relax and think,
Leclerc Antonelli was all on laps.
it's just going to be
Russell pace now faster than anyone in sector 1.
The minimum speed of the corner as fast as you did before. And it's a weird thing. You know, I've had this when I was doing sports car racing, for example. You have to fuel save at Le Mans. And you have to coast for 200-300 meters. But like the chicane here, you know, they're approaching it probably, 40-50 k's slower than they would have done if they were flat chat. Well, you still got to sight the braking point. You still got to
8 times up, 1:17 for Antonelli.
as much as you did before, and it's
Russell's gonna smash this time.
I think it can't be underestimated. underestimated the challenge of driving these cars.
As the Alpine,
Leclerc fourth fastest, 1:32.8. Russell smashes it, 1:31.5. Piastri.
just under a couple of tenths to Kimi
It's tight between the Ferraris and Ferraris, Red Bulls and McLaren right now.
3 laps, because he hasn't even completed more than 3 laps so far this season, which is not a position he or McLaren thought they find themselves in. He goes quickest by 7/100ths there, and the McLarens were a lot closer in FP1 to Mercedes, so will that trend continue over the weekend, I wonder. Lewis Hamilton's on a personal best lap, and you can look it up in the final sector. No doubt, now we've lost 30% of downforce compared to last year. That final corner has become a lot trickier.
Hamilton 1:31.9.
Acceleration.
That's good from Lewis.
It's immense. You know, when you look at the speed trace,
But it looks, you know what, it's very close. Obviously the Mercedes will go. But you got Piastri, Russell, Antonelli, Hamilton, then Lawson, Hülkenberg, you got Hadjar, Verstappen, Leclerc. So it's really close between McLaren, Red Bull and Ferrari now, which is good. You want to see a race, don't you? More exciting. I'd rather have that. Even though I'm not team ahead, so...
Yeah, it's hard to find out the true numbers, isn't it? Unless you're one member of the team, the FIA. What's the thing is, Mike put in a hospitality goals because there's some pictures doing the rounds on the China. I don't know how true they were or what session it is. With those sort of things, you don't know which session it was, you don't know what, you know, if it was an FTP2 with a fuel weight, but it's still interesting to see how these numbers are
2 tenths.
Away to the moment, Alex Albon spots the first of the S as we go.
What is Segway doing? His stinkers.
I don't know what that was. That was a terrible spot to park the car. Then why do you park the car? The apex of field 3. You're better off going around the left hand and then move off line to the left. That was really not very good.
No, you've got to see them there, but you're trying to get into a rhythm and into a momentum, and you're having to move a lot wider than you would have anticipated when you exited out.
Okay, Charles is on P4.
With bad news, I'm afraid, about Arvid Lindblad's Racing Bull's car. It's also broken, so that gives a gear selection problem. Yeah, reported. They've had a look at it, they've had a look at the gearbox, they've had a look at it from the computers, and they've just told Arvid now to get out of the car.
Just Antonelli from Piastri, from Russell, from Leclerc, from Hamilton. And Piastri's gone faster than 1:31.0.
For Arvid Lindblad after his Chinese Grand Prix.
I don't know if Lewis is going to another lap, but let's see, guys. So here comes Hadjar, goes 5th. Here comes Charles Leclerc, I think he goes...
No short run, no long run on what he did in FP1. We'll keep you updated if they do manage to fix it through again.
And Antonelli's going to go fastest. To be fair, McLaren are good developing the car, you know, that's one thing they're good at. So you're going to be wary of them a lot more. They're really good at developing the car.
He crosses the line now and goes quicker still by 0.3 of a second from Oscar Piastri, who's burning down tyres up to a very nice temperature. And Oscar Piastri himself going through 130R on a flying lap here. Can he keep that going?
Yeah, it's supposed to second very good. We've got a yellow flag somewhere, but I think Piastri's going to be able to clear this lap and goes to the top of the time. The third
10th, 1:31.0.
the fastest time so far.
As Alex Albon has stopped in his Williams, and this is just past the apex of turn 1. You have to go past. Until it's not working. So he's obviously pressed the throttle. And nothing happened. He's managed to reset for the time being.
Alt control delete, and away we go.
Big computers now. The camera is used to be.
Right, let's see what Lewis can do.
Which is good because you don't want to see a car far there.
No.
For a while, even with double wave yellows, to be honest. Ockelbo's just gone ahead of Isaac Hadjar, and nice more headaches for Williams' team. But last sprint or two.
Very difficult to fight.
Looks very close guys between Ferrari, Red Bull and McLaren. There you go, Lewis is going through it. Good luck there. What did he do? Let me see. So Lewis did a...
Perez has the time for Norris, Bortoletto, Lindblad. All in the garage, alongside Fernando, probably very soon. Alex Albon, 2. We have core drivers, to start in.
131.5.
Alex Albon, as you mentioned, third time.
Still 4 tenths. For that Piastri lap was good, but Russell's on the lap now, guys.
Crashing qualifying. Italy 2022 because of his appendix and issues, technical issues.
Yeah, Lewis did a 131.5. Piastri 131.0. Antonio 131.1. 131.4 for Russell. So Russell into the chicane, let's see what he is.
His battery deployment out of the chicane in FP1 he wasn't overly happy with at times. You can see sometimes on the graphic
So he goes third fastest.
I think allowed him to get maximum boost.
Let's see if Lewis can put some more lap time in.
Franco Pinto has been noted for driving practically. Max Verstappen very close to him.
And Leclerc goes fastest now with a 131.0.
Sent to the stewards as is. So Charles Leclerc actually into smooth curve. Right going off the track.
It's slightly wide of the apex there, wasn't it? And it's just not by much. And then
Is that acceleration that you were talking about? You know,
And Lewis is pitted.
yeah, but again, he was wide of the line. I think he was slightly wide of the line. And then when you try and put the power down, if you're, I know it's early in the weekend, but already if you're offline, it's an issue because Suzuka has a circuit, unlike Melbourne and unlike Shanghai. This is a circuit that gets used an awful lot through the year. They resurfaced half of the track.
It's very tire head, guys, very.
All the way around to the chicane. They did the first sector before we came here last year, so they've now done the rest of the track. And Isaac Hadjar was telling me yesterday, actually, when we went on probably that, because this is a track that gets used a lot, it's not one of these tracks that when you arrive to the new surface, it's slippery and the oil needs to come up. They get it done. It's being used by Formula, Japanese F3, things like that.
from the start.
Yeah, it's cleaned up and rubbered up before they come here.
We'll see actually what difference that extra grip makes during the course of this weekend. So just a thought on smooth curve. I don't know if you saw in FP1. If we're a monocline running very wide, then I didn't know if that was because of a tailwind.
And that means that when you're trying to come back to the second apex, let's watch it here, Alonso. So imagine now the wind here is behind him. So he's pushing him up to the right, and then as he's trying to bring him back to the second apex, the wind's hitting him from the left and sort of fighting him to try and get into the apex. Now it's on his nose as he comes up the hill to the
Active aero on that particular straight. Hitting the brakes to go over 130R, so it was almost unsafe to have that as DRS. Reattaches itself. Alonso crosses the line at the time of 135.3 as his best time so far that lap that he's just completed. A double winner in Japan Suzuka in 2006, Fuji in 2008. Ted Kravitz was there on both occasions.
Everyone's in the pits, guys. Everyone's in the pits.
Sorry, when was that? 2008?
Yeah, Fuji. 2006 here, I'm sure you
Let's see what Lewis can do. At least when I come back out on mediums or what, I don't know.
We don't win anything with kids, but not in that language. Right, what was I saying? Yes, Gabriel Bortoletto, they're working power units. There looks like there is a power unit. In fact, it looks like you see the two supports about to take the power unit and the gearbox off the car completely. Yeah, good. And Mattia Bonotto, we just pan up his face at the back of the garage, really tells us
Russell's 2 tenths up in the second sector. fastest of anyone. Yeah, the Mercedes is going to be 1-2. They're going to put the power up. I think we're stupid. In 2014, they had so much of advantage. They didn't want to seem to be at too much advantage, so they kept the engine a bit down. A 131 for George. But definitely when it comes to qualifying, you're going to ramp that up. 100%.
George Russell couldn't improve on his overall best time of 1:31.1 as he crossed the line. He lags behind, but only just, to Oscar Piastri in second at the moment. Charles Leclerc leading the way for Ferrari.
Got another break, man. That's all we need, don't we? So everyone's in the pits. Lewis needs to find another like 2-3 tenths if you can, or 4 tenths. Close that gap up and get into the mix. Why do Ferrari bring them Macarena win but don't use it, for God heaven? Just keep your home one if you're not going to bring it, man. Innit? I think everyone's going to go to softs now. How long is it? 38 minutes left. Yeah, Piastri's on softs. So Lewis has got some time to find for today and tomorrow FP3 as well, so right guys, we're back. Leclerc, Piastri, Lawson all out on softs.
Currently making his way to 1:30R. Which you are taking when you get to a race here, 1:30R, around about 165 miles an hour, 66 miles an hour, something in that ballpark.
Yeah, he's on the harder tyre. That's got 11 cars, so that's a personal best for Carlos, but we know that
Lewis is out as well, so
here comes the reigning world champion. That's good news for McLaren.
And good news for Lando Norris. sure to get out there and get in on the action too. Just to let you know, Franco Colapinto and Max Verstappen plan to go see the stewards. We'll have to go and see the stewards after the session. The incident involving, we think, Colapinto driving erratically ahead of Max Verstappen is going to be investigated after the session.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. It's got medium tyres on there, so McLaren will get they get a run or so, and then they get hopefully a decent run before they get on to the soft tyre polysims. I think it's going to be quite important for them so early in this stage of learning. Every day, every practice session is just going to be so valuable for these drivers.
So just to let you know how far Lando's behind, Oscar's gone out and done his first runs on the medium tyre, 7 laps. He's now got the soft tyre on and is going for his quali sim. So tell you what, Peru channel, with Oscar Piastri, car number 81, why don't you take us on a jaunty little trip around 3.6 miles?
You see what Oscar's lap time is.
Pleasure. I'd love to really have a look on board, but let's see as we hurl our way down here. You can't tell the gradient, but it's such a steep gradient down in turn 1 into 2, lots of camber, lots of banking there to just carry the minimum speed, and then into the S's here. This is all about precision. Thread the eye of the needle, make sure that you get the line and then turn it absolutely spot on. One corner leads very quickly into the next. Up the Dunlop, accelerate uphill, make sure you bring the car back over to the left-hand side before you throw it into the deck. Let's go into the cockpit.
Wow,
Better than on board.
we were 6/10 up Piastri.
It's so narrow, but you
Bloody hell, 6/10. That'd be like in the 130s.
Lots of different lines through here. Oscar choosing to go quite tight actually compared to some others. Seen a lot of drivers in recent times preferring a wider line to carry a bit more minimum speed.
Here comes Charles Leclerc.
In the first sector, which you'd expect on the soft tyres, now into spoon curl. Let's look up high from the helicopter shot. As he accelerates out of this from
This is going to be a mega lap from Piastri, I know it is.
over 200 miles an hour, very quickly, much quicker than we saw last year. And now
8/10 up. I think Charles will make a mistake. He's back down, I think.
Back in play. Then sight the braking
This is going to be in the mid 130s.
Bang, one.
A 39.9.
Doesn't quite use as much curve as a Mercedes driver, I have to say. And the traction there, not as good either. A little bit of a
There you go, a 131.
But not quite as tidy in that final sector as he looked like. Hamilton, a big snap up the Dunlop.
There are little twitches all over the lap that the drivers are having to cope
4/10 down
with.
this.
These new regulations for this season, very different to the ground effect era. And I dare say it helps drivers like Lewis Hamilton. For long periods of his career, has always been very adept at coping with little snaps and twitches, understeer, oversteer moments, and he'll throw it into a corner and he'll deal with it. It's not a problem.
Yeah, the drivers are having to really drive the cars and
Looks like McLaren are ahead of Ferrari at the moment.
The previous generation of cars, they were so big, so heavy and long. They were quite benign. You didn't see them as big edgy cars.
Bloody hell, he's a second down.
Of the current generation we've got, because
This is not looking good for Ferrari.
the proportions are better, they're a bit lighter, and the drivers with less downforce are having to hustle a bit harder.
So Hamilton on the soft tyre hasn't got the personal best for the middle set. So he crosses the line, fifth.
Stays fifth.
Based on that lap, it was maybe anticipating Fernando Alonso.
That's not a good lap now.
Finishes a lap and finishes just under a tenth of a second behind Oscar Piastri. And as he does that, sauntering into the commentary box. 2 seconds. Let's just have a quick look at Charles Leclerc out on the track.
Oh, he got that curve, didn't he?
Shows Piastri.
Curve at turn 3, that put him offline, then he had a snap.
So it looks like McLaren in the game.
The left-hand tyre here, as soon as he gets on that
So
curve,
Piastri, Antonelli.
there, gets a snap. And gets another snap.
Piastri with 131.
And it's put a
Antonelli with 130.2, but I think Mercedes will turn up the ante and get 1-2. They can let Leclerc 130.8,
Very pleased with his effort.
Russell at 131.1, and then Lewis at 131.2.
So you should be. You've got to drive Suzuki today.
I did, yeah. So I'll turn it up.
What made it so special?
I
don't know. There was a lot. You know, the atmosphere here is awesome. I think just driving through the first sector, and I mean,
Just losing from the lap, I don't know.
high grip, not a lot of margin, kind of old school track. I feel like you get a bit of a rush, even though, you know, compared to last year.
But yeah, Piastri is definitely on it.
Still, you get a bit of a rush still out of this track.
Charles Leclerc sliding out fast.
7/10 down.
Grip, quite frankly, which I do like to see. 11 laps. Good, bad, ugly, what you expected, but I like more.
But I liked more. Only got 3 push laps. We are going to have another run at the end there, but we had an issue with the bodywork, so didn't get to go out again. 3 laps, and I enjoyed every single one of them.
I remember being in your shoes. I did FP1 back in 2011, the Lotus. And it's been like, you know, somebody gives you a bag of.
Just losing for another lap. I hope he's going for
you get
another
to
lap.
have one chip, and it's
He
taken
needs to
away.
go for another lap.
That's kind of what it feels like. After this, it's such a great track to experience.
He needs to find more time to modify Candace.
I got 3 laps on the hard tire, which was great. And I was ready
Because
to go out.
the McLaren's are on it, man.
I had to jump out.
It looks like a guys, the McLaren on it, Piastri's. That's a really good time back.
Take the upside.
Mercedes are clever. They've kept the engine down. They'll definitely turn that ante up. 100% they'll turn that ante up to gain a few more tenths.
11 in total.
Yeah.
How bad are they?
I mean, you know, they are what they are. It's not easy. It's not good for the drivers. It's not good for reliability of the car. I think that we're trying to work on them every single weekend. You know, as a driver, you know, what can you do? And it's not our fault. We're just trying to work on it as much as possible. It has been getting better, so we're just trying to.
Russell's popping to third, is only a 10th. Yeah, see? My history from Anthony from Russell.
What's your program like?
Then you got 2 Ferraris.
We'll give it Aston Martin, give you an extra simulator.
They'll definitely turn that up.
What's your sort of year looking like? Yeah, so I got every race with the team, and that's it. So no racing, no anything. This is my full-time job, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. You know, a lot of time in the simulator. You know, it's fascinating. I was able to, you know, jump in.
Yeah, Red Bull's like 1.3 off.
Get straight off the page straight away. Very comfortable straight away.
I don't know if they're gonna go for another run.
So yeah, all that simulator going through.
Mega, we'll come back to you in a moment. George Russell's just done a soft tyre run and ended up 2 tenths back from Oscar Piastri, Kimi Antonelli, now on an outlet ahead of him. And Lando Norris is back in the garage. Take rabbits.
Down at McLaren, the last thing that Lando needs is another.
Let's see what Lewis is doing.
The problem that they cited.
Looking at sector times.
This session ending. They have had the side pod on. They have been looking into the left-hand side of the car. It looks like they've got a quick fix. The car's getting bumped back up again. It's about to go out again. Quick fix. The car's getting bumped back up again. It's about to go out again.
This
Close call. Another one.
This is why Franco Colapinto is going to go and see the stewards, leaving down the straight for 130R.
I think Lewis is going quick, but I can't tell the sector times. I don't know how they work.
And thinking about taking the inside line. Franco's right there. Jack, how do you see that, Jack?
Well, not ideal for Max. It's, you know, you're talking there, very funny, very time. So, you know, not nice. So that is not being eaten and going with the sleep. You should be looking in the mirror, looking at the GPS. It is unacceptable. You know, it's just a no-brainer. I wonder if, well, it's a nicely landed going back. I wonder
Okay, he's improved, Lewis. Looks like
check if it was all working okay.
with a 131 1. Still about 3 tenths down.
Hydraulic pressure's holding, and then they send him back out, which is good news. Antonelli, probably, he was
How long's left? 27 minutes
the
left.
session on the medium tire compared to George, and he's once again just carried all of that sort of one-fifth advantage.
So you got Piastri with a 131, Antonelli 132, Russell 133, then Leclerc 138, and then Hamilton 131. Looks like it's and for 4th or 5th for Leclerc Ferrari. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Turn 13, really pushing it, turn 16. But I wouldn't say there's anywhere else where you have a lot of margin for error. So I think it's a track to really build up to over pre-practice sessions or even during the session. You always get a feel for it and then try to explore.
Here comes Antonelli.
Sorry.
And he's lost time in the final sector, guys.
Not quite as good in sectors 1 and 3, so on board does not 30.5, so he's about 3 tenths slower on that lap.
I asked that question to you, Jack, because Charles Leclerc was talking about then he said the president about these cars.
So guys, it looks like it's Piastri from the 2 Mercedes and then Ferrari. But I personally think it'll be Russell, Antonelli, Piastri. In my opinion, it'll be Russell, Antonelli, Piastri, Lewis, Leclerc. It's going to be in that order for quarter. Unless Ferrari can. Because at the moment,
There's 5 chicanes that Charles Leclerc is threading his way through there. And he's
yeah, they need to find a bit more pace. I don't know what pace they can find, but yeah, they're in the back 4 at the moment, Ferrari. Let's remember McLaren. Ferrari.
just to point out, Piastri and Leclerc both Leclerc Hamilton's top 5. Points out what 6th fastest. That's someone who gets stopped on the track. Now 6th fastest. The standard.
Ferrari need to find pace for Thomas.
But that's what it looked like.
They are on the back looking good. Yeah, that's right.
That's not a happy camp, but Lando's got 6th on instead of mediums. That's encouraging. McLaren,
Red Bull are struggling. Good. Let them struggle.
That is more convincing than the car than any season. Yeah, I think that works.
But yeah, with 23 minutes left, guys, I think Ferrari will find some pace for tomorrow, that's for sure. They're behind by a bit. If they can halve that even more, then it'll be good. But they need to find time for sure. But if they can get it there, it'll be Russell, Antonelli, Lewis, Leclerc. That'll be the top 4 as usual. This is not Lewis's strongest track as well. How do these mini sectors work? I don't understand this. What's this?
When's your next big one session?
Even in China, when you go last Thursday,
It kind of makes sense, obviously, Fernando has come here a day late, you know, he's dad and spent a bit more time at home. Cherry picking.
I've barely seen him still.
Okay, let's see. I think Lewis is on a lap. know, 130.9. That's better. Hopefully they can find more time for tomorrow. He's cutting that deficit from Leclerc, so he's only a 10th behind Leclerc now. But the Ferrari's both a long way from Piastri. Snap. Lost a bit of time there, but I don't think these are new tyres as well. He's not going to personal best for Lewis in the second sector, so he's still got definitely time to find.
And stays a bit fast as he crosses the line. Turns ahead of Lando Norris. Still to see Lando Norris on the soft tyre, safe last strong. It's Oscar Piastri.
If Norris gets his act together, he'll overtake both Ferraris at this rate. Yeah, Ferrari got some work to do overnight and loses paid again. 20 minutes left, guys. Yeah, that lap time from Piastri was a madness. Good for Verstappen struggling, he deserves it. Piece of shit. Now what Ferrari needs to do is get the act together and find some pace and like with another 4 or 5 tenths for tomorrow. Set up changes, anything, getting the tyres ready. So Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton. That's the order, isn't it? Better Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton. Everyone's going to be long runs, but yeah, Ferrari got some work to do, guys, for sure.
If you're looking to grow on a global scale, Ontario's
I think there's like 15 minutes left now, guys. Everyone's gonna come up for bloody long runs. Let's see how the long run pace is as well. Let's see, guys, let's see. It's good to see Lewis cutting that deficit down. Left, guys.
Hello, Crosby. Hello, Crude. I am down at turn 6. While you guys are stuck in your little box talking away, I'm here in the sunshine with some of the most amazing parents in Formula.
So you got PS3 from Antonelli, from Russell, from Leclerc, from Hamilton. So Antonelli 130.1, Antonelli 0.092 behind Russell. I'm telling you now, Mercedes gonna crack that engine up, give a bit more power, and they're gonna secure 1-2. I remember was it James Vowles, he was saying in an article, because in 2014 they had to keep their advantage a bit low so the rule wouldn't get changed. But he goes that when it was time to crank the engine up, they'll crank you up because they look stupid. So my prediction is Russell 1, Antonelli 2 in qualifying. Unless Ferrari can find more pace, and unfortunately it's going to be Russell, Antonelli, Piastri, Norris. Yeah, Piastri, Norris. And then you got the 2 Ferraris. But then I want to see how good the Ferrari's race pace is against McLaren's. So let's see, but hopefully, fingers crossed, Ferrari can up their game for tomorrow. Button says Mercedes looks insane through the first sector. The change of direction on the Mercedes is insane. They can put the car wherever they want. Their roadblock isn't too bad, but it seems to have a lot of undisputed through 10-6. Yeah, Mercedes are just animals.
Here comes Max. Nice and tiny, getting the car up to the right before turn 7. I'm not sure if turn 7's flat, but it sounds like it is, especially for the quicker cars. Here comes Charles. Yeah, he runs a little bit further out, and then he has a tighter entry to 7. But he's obviously looked at the data, and it seems to work for him. He's the only one that does that. But yeah, it's pretty awesome out here, guys.
He was a very sensible man, was your dad, Jensen, and he knew a good place to go and stand by Grand Prix track. So it doesn't surprise me that on the outside
Okay, Charles and Lucy just both come out.
For a practice session to watch his boy drive around Suzuka. Thank you very much indeed. It's race simulations at the moment. Sergio Perez is just at the garage currently, but did love to get back out on the track. And reminded the graphic on the screen there that today is 15 years.
So both Mercedes are both in the 134s. 134 for Antonelli and 134 for Russell, 135.2 for Thingy and Piastri, so he's a second off almost. How do you see where the Ferraris are? That's really intrigued, because if McLaren are ahead of Ferrari in qualifying, it'll be really interesting where they are in race stream. So let's see. Let's see what Ferrari's race stream is. Let's keep an eye on it, guys. A 134.9, so almost 5/10 up from Charles's first run. Let's see what Lewis is. Where the hell is Lewis? Flop's sake. Where is he? Okay. So that's good. Good to see that Ferrari's race pace is still ahead of McLaren's, which is good.
While they're in a position whereby Ferrari man very much in charge at Audi, which I think we'd be going.
Scruffy first up for Lewis.
Comfortably the second best team and ahead of McLaren by the margin that they have been. I think I very much agree with you. Get aggressive on the strategy. See what they can do. Mercedes. However, McLaren's scored so far this weekend. That's Ferrari back on McLaren off. I think they have to be 50-70 reserve for that second best team.
Yeah, but I just don't think when you've got this advantage that they seem to have off the line and, you know, in the early part of the stints, now that could be because they're able to carry less fuel because the regulations mean if you've got a higher calorific.
Alright, now this is on soft tires now.
I'm not going to bore you with that now, but you know, there's we see lots of high fives for the mechanics of Audi. Well done getting Gabby Bottle out. You know, for whatever reason, the Ferrari is quick off the line and quick in the early part of the stint. We've seen that in the 3 races we've seen so far. So make a, you know, just force the others, whether it's McLaren, whether it's Mercedes, force them to have to work hard to get past you. Don't just give them the opportunity to have free air and just, you know, having snap their foot level so far. You know, forcing them to use the battery where they don't want to use it to fight you will cost your rival. Yeah, that's what we're learning this time of Formula 1. So, you know,
So Charles did a 139.1 last lap and then Lewis did a 138.6. Is it traffic or something, I'm guessing? And Lewis is pitted.
Because they felt actually at that time just run what on paper is our quickest race.
And it's like you have to
So Charles did a 135.6. See, then Norris with a 130.649. He's fourth fastest.
So you have to, you know, take.
Well, he's going a lot slower than anticipate. Lando Norris, by the way, soft tyres, is on the quick lap currently. Now,
Charles with a 135.6. He has to 136.1, so yeah, Ferrari's race time still looks good. Obviously, Mercedes are way ahead with 134.1. They're crazy that. Marco Lewis has come out again.
Second down on Piastri, and the track, would have evolved probably in the last 30 minutes, 25 minutes since Piastri did his time.
But is he?
Yeah, struggled for traction out of that final chicane in the rear of the car. Pretty lively as he tried to unleash 1,000 horsepower and ends up about half a second down. So 4 passes ahead of the Ferraris, but he won't be too happy with that time.
The race stream is looking good for Ferrari, but the qualifying yet took place needs to improve. A 135.2 for Charles, a 136.5 Youngson. The first stint is they're really fast. I think Lewis clearly wasn't happy with something because his one team has come back out.
Keep an eye on his progress. He still hasn't set a time to fit that through the pits. George Russell being one third fastest driver overall, the championship leader by 4 points. 6 minutes to go this session. On track bar.
Let's see what Lewis can do. Yeah, Ferrari still looks good. Obviously Mercedes are ahead, so
maybe they're just trying to find a better space for him. He's come out behind Lando Norris.
So you would imagine Lando rather than pit will go for another lap. So that should not so that's about. I actually think he's in a very nice gap.
right, Lewis down the straight. Let's see what this lap time is.
Straight towards 130R, frustrating.
Final corner.
Yes, it's a tough one. Having this
135.7 first lap.
as a rookie, especially, and the only
And that's way better than the for
he
Clarence.
needs to watch it more than anyone else now. I was just looking at the
So-
stories before there. Leonard did a drive through and then a practice start at the end of the pit lane.
A 347 first sector. A 42.8 second sector. So Lewis is faster in the first sector. 347. Then 42.8. Then 18 more. So the middle sector lost a lot of time. Maybe traffic. Charles with a 135.2 now. Let's see if Lewis can bring that time down a bit more.
Quite aggressive.
McLaren, Piastri at 136.5.
What's cost them? We've seen this evolution of the speed of the gear change on the obvious.
Could go on the last laps, aren't we? So
They have like 3 is just slow with the top speed. That just sounds bang. There's a lot of energy going through. But clearly they're happy with it.
yeah, that's even Lewis
They're carrying on.
down the straight. Let's see what this time lap is. He does have traffic in front of him as well, so
We think we haven't got the dyno numbers.
that's better.
It's a good point, because about dyno.
It was a 136.4.
First stage of the
The
season,
Charles on a 135.
the engine manufacturers will have to start thinking about
135.4. Piastri's on a 134. A 135.3.
the vacuum. There's a review that's been after what should have been 6 races around teams or manufacturers essentially can apply PFA saying that we are a certain percentage of the benchmark.
Leclerc 135.4.
Can you please give us a waiver to make some changes?
So The mediums only last like 20-25 laps anyway, so
Quality sense of gamesmanship in that, in terms of how you
Ferrari think that they're firing up Mercedes to qualify for
let's see what this lap is from Lewis and Leclerc.
I'm sure Mercedes will feel differently. You know, so I mean, there's
Lewis and Leclerc.
to manage, but that's what they're there for.
I'm trying to find him. Where's Leclerc? There's Leclerc.
Carlos Sainz. Nico
Hamilton's got that idiot Lawson in front of him.
latest that bit. Just they have the soft tyre, but I assume that's
Just want to keep on.
the soft tyres before his practice starts. That's just that way.
So here comes Leclerc.
He's not had a good day, has he? Not going to be in the debrief at Red Bull.
Or 136.3.
Possession for him, 15 for Hadjar. That's not a happy camp.
Well, I don't think Max is going to go
Or 136.4 for Lewis. So
but he's going to want answers as to why this car is where it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, I look at the start of last season, and the Red
That's
Bull
better.
was not anywhere close to the McLaren.
let's see this final guys. I'll see you tomorrow for practice 3. I just want to see this last one. Where's these final laps, long runs, times. I'm really interesting. So here comes Leclerc. He's so here comes Leclerc, 136.3, 136.3, yeah. So that's what he does. A 135.1. Lewis. What the fuck happened there? 140.3. I think he just gave up. But guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for FP3. Please smash the like, subscribe and hype. I'll see you tomorrow, guys.